Alright, gents and ladies, I guess it's time to assimilate what we've learned in our pick style primer talking about the minimalistic funk stuff to the fingerstyle that I'm trying to show you guys. And now what we're going to do is today we're going to use a few James Brown grooves as an example, because what's happening now is we're not just playing these staggered rhythms where you just have a couple of notes of bass, then a couple of notes of guitar, then a couple of notes of this, a couple of notes of that, and it all meshes together. It's going to be grooves where some bass notes fall along with a guitar note, some are staggered, etc. And this is really going to help you to develop independence and to really feel these grooves. So without further ado, groove number one, going to be an A Dorian, and the bass line to it is going to be something like this. Super simple. This is 100 beats per minute, just FYI. So like I said, A Dorian, just two notes, G and A. 3, 4. That's the bass line. The guitar line is going to be an A minor 6 voicing, which would be 5th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, 7th fret on the B, and you will alternate between the 7th and 8th fret to create an A minor 7 sound, like so. 1, 2, 3, go. At the end there's that little pentatonic riff. On the record, when the pentatonic riff is playing, the bass actually lays out. I may lay out, or I may play a bass note there, maybe an E. Something that's in the A minor scale, or, you know, A Dorian. So without further ado, let's try to put them together. 2, 3, 4. So that was one variation with the bass note, one variation without the bass note on the pentatonic lick. Now, what I want you to notice with respect to that is where the notes fall together for both bass and guitar part and when they're staggered. Like I said before, the bass is playing the downbeat and the offbeat of beats 1 and 3, or I didn't say that before, but I'm saying it now. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the guitar line, if we play this really slow, the first note falls together with it, the second note is staggered, which in this context means that the first guitar chord strike is on beat 1. The second strike is actually on the 4th 16th note of the beat, which means the you know, 1 E and So it's going to be 1 E and, or 1 E and, or 1 E and 1 E and 1, or 1 E and like that. So something to notice, and again, throughout that groove there's a lot of like little rhythmic tongue twisters. Try to just figure out one part then the other part, and I think that you should do fine. Second groove is to a song called Papa Don't Take No Mess. The first one was The Big Payback, just FYI. I'm going to put the metronome to about 80. And this is the groove for Papa Don't Take No Mess. It's an E Mixolydian. The bass is super easy. It's just full duration on the notes. Half notes, basically. Like the bossa grooves that we were doing, actually. So you're sustaining the bass note for its full duration. Now, guitar-wise, you're playing this barred 7th fret across 3 strings, which over the E bass note gives you like an E9 sound. That sound. And then you're going to play some dyads. So I'm going to show you what you're doing here. 1, 2, 3, guitar. Together with the bass, 2, 3, 4. etc. So what we have there is a completely different idea where you have to really have independence of feel. The bass note, the first one's real easy because it's an open string, so you're just kind of... And you'll notice I'm muting here with my plucking hand. I will mute the strings to facilitate a legato sound, or a staccato sound, or I might do it with my finger by just kind of like lifting the pressure. Like that. Like so. With respect to the second chord, you gotta make sure that whatever finger you select to play that bass note stays down and stays steady and doesn't wobble too much when you're doing that whole dealie. And just so you know what those notes are, for the dyads, it's a D and an E, and the E alternates between the E and the F sharp, so now you know. Wonderful. Onward and upward to our last groove, I will put the metronome to about 120, and this one is to a tune called Superbad, and this one is probably the most difficult of the three because it's just very active and there's a lot of rhythmic counterpoint stuff going on, so let's check this out. This is in D Dorian with the flat 5 added in the bass line. 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, let me first explain what I'm going to do. I'll play the guitar line first. It's just 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just an F to a G to an A. Basically, the minor third, fourth, and fifth of the D minor pentatonic. Now the bass line, 2, 3, 4. Etc. So it's just like. So you have your pentatonic or blues scale. And then the walk up the second time chromatically from B. Now together, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we get. So, let's break that down a tiny bit, because time is short. Anyway, what happens here is, if I play it really slow, I'll show you the little bit of counterpoint that happens. You get... right there. The first 2 voices, you're actually having contrary motion happen. You have the minor third going to a fifth, and then it just so happens with the bass and guitar line at the same time, you slide parallel fifths. So you get that little bit of heavy metal vibe in your playing, even though it's way high up and sounds kind of prissy. But makes for a great groove, you know. So I say practice all those. If you got any questions, feel free to email me, whatever the case may be. And next time we'll talk about more percussive techniques as well, you know, including, you know, slap harmonics and just slapping the notes, slapping traditionally, perhaps, you know, some backbeat stuff and other fine accoutramental stuff to have your music become a little bit more lively when you're playing this style. Till then, peace.